The largest documented sale at the Lake of the Ozarks just happened, and I want to know more about it. Our audience wants to know more about it. $10.5 million was the sale price.
Yes.
So let's say that one more time. The largest documented in the MLS that has ever sold at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Waterfront.
The highest priced waterfront home ever listed in the MLS at Lake of the Ozarks. And it went under contract the very first weekend we allowed showings. Epic.
Okay, $10.5 million. So right there, a lot of you are thinking to yourselves, okay, holy shit, middle of Missouri, there's homes that high priced in the middle of Missouri. But before you think, oh shit, I can't buy at the Lake of the Ozarks, like, was this an anomaly?
It was truly a unicorn, and it was a fabulous experience. There's many homes down here at Lake of the Ozarks, waterfront properties in the multi-million-dollar range. It's very common up in certain areas of the lake, up in Osage Beach and Lodge of the Four Seasons area. But to hit this high of a price tag, waterfront property, this was amazing. Our jaws dropped when we went to list the property and we saw it. We walked in and we were floored at what we saw, the quality of craftsmanship. And we went, yeah, this is going to hit the ceiling on everything. Highest price listed home and highest price sold home that was in the MLS.
Well, first of all, congratulations that you guys were a part of it. Again, Kelly Bennett, Bryan Rankins, back for another episode because this is worth a video in and of itself. So I got to hear, like, what made this house so awesome? $10.5 million worth.
Well, Bryan and I, we've toured a lot of multi-million-dollar homes. So we know what kind of the expectations are, what buyers are looking for when you hit this price point. However, when we walked in the door and we saw that everything this home had to offer, again, it was just jaw-dropping to walk in. Between the massive amount of shoreline that this property had, and Bryan will go into that in a second, the fact that it was cove protection for the boat docks, but yet main channel view, which is really hard to get. This is a home that so many boaters down here at Lake of the Ozarks have driven by on their boat, have looked at and admired all during construction and completion. This buyer who purchased the home, they had their eye on this home for a long, long time, had no idea it was even going to come up for sale. And they were in the process of building a replication similar to this home. When they saw it as a coming soon in the MLS, their realtor called us instantly. They were in there. The very first day showings were allowed, and they wanted this home.
It's right time, right place.
Yeah, there was a lot of miracles to this whole deal coming together. We all shook our heads and said this one was meant to be.
It's amazing. So tell us about the house. We're obviously going to be showing some of it through B-roll here. You mentioned some of the features, the shoreline. I want to know what that means when you say it's protected. It's got main channel views, but that
was probably the most unique thing that, when we're talking about this house. You see so many of these gorgeous houses. And let's go to Portachima. Let's just drive up to Portachima. Beautiful $3 million, $5 million homes. Try to stand on your dock any Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And there's no way that you can be protected from all those big wakes of all those boats going by. This one had the unique ability of the fact that it was far in a deep water cove. So far back in a deep water cove, okay. But this wide cove, so you have all this beautiful view of the main channel. Mm-hmm. So you're still seeing all that. You're just not right there. 500 feet of seawalled shoreline. That's amazing here at the lake. Yep. Because if you have 150, that's a lot. Yep. So 500 is incredible. Then what he was able to do to he had a very, very large dock, 3-pole dock. So one was, I think, almost 50 foot for your cruiser.
That's kind of unheard of.
Or maybe it was 60 foot for your cruiser.
Okay.
And then you had a 44 foot for your go fast boat. And then, of course, your smaller one for whatever other boat you thought. Smaller one, yeah. Only, 30 foot, 26, right. 28, something like that. But what made it incredible was he had positioned it so it was far over to one side. Mm-hmm. So you didn't have to worry about it blocking your view, number one. Number two, he put an entertainment dock, we call it. So you have your slides and your diving boards and just your fun stuff for everybody to hang out on. But below that, basically, it's almost a seawall in and of
It was a
itself. It's a
breaker.
breakwater in a way.
Which you're not
legally.
allowed to have
Yeah.
unless it has a function.
Exactly.
And it was permitted all properly and documented.
Mhm.
So
That's a fun fact, by the way.
Yeah.
If you didn't know that, so
Yeah.
individuals cannot have their own wave break, right? They can't unless it is actually a dock,
yes.
but they can build underneath.
As long as Ameren approves, of course.
Got
And
it,
this
yeah.
all was, so we were fine on that end.
It's kind of a fun fact.
Yes,
It is.
exactly.
It's actually a very cool because when we were showing the client and we walked down, it was like we had this cue where a big, huge cruiser comes powering into the cove and then just spins. So now we have these big rollers coming at us. And he goes, okay, this is the test. I'm like, we're fine. And sure enough, he's like, I would have had to have been hanging on to my dock if that happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and they've lived at the lake for a long time. So they've owned property here.
Yeah.
They understand the importance of all of this.
Yeah.
But to have main channel views,
Yep.
deep water cove, deep
Mhm.
water,
Mhm.
all that shoreline protection, and be able to have that ability to not have to worry about all your stuff breaking because of people who either don't care or just don't know how to drive. That doesn't happen at the lake.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
I will say, in addition to all those things, there were so many features about the home itself that really stood out.
Mhm.
And one of the things was, it was an interior designer from St. Louis, Missouri that came down and worked on this project as the home was being built. And so the way she did it definitely had that, the property is called Nantucket Point, obviously, because it replicates so many features of homes found in that area. But the home was timeless, meaning this home was not going to be out of style 10 years from now. With the white palette accented with gorgeous colors throughout that are easy to change, it was just going to stand the test of time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know what we haven't said yet? I know a lot of people, especially like the Ozarkers who are watching this, are thinking to themselves, where is this house? What mile marker?
It was up in Lodge of the Four Seasons
On the
area,
5.
on the 5 mile marker.
On which side?
It would have been on the dam side.
So on the Osage
Louis.
side,
Yeah, on the
Lake
Osage
Ozark
side,
side.
yeah.
Yep. St. Louis side, for those of you who,
Yeah.
if you know
Yes.
what that means.
Yes.
What was the square footage?
A little over 6,800, I believe.
Yeah.
Really?
And I tell you what, we knew the minute the buyers walked in the front door and we stood there and talked to them for a few minutes, their jaws dropped. And there was basically just this shocking factor that both the buyers went, yeah, this is everything we had hoped for. And they had never seen the inside.
So
and just standing in the great room they were
one of the cool factors of this is, and it's rare when we get to find a buyer that walks in the door that it is their ultimate dream home, the ultimate dream home.
Well, I should sure as hell hope so.
Yeah,
at 10.5 million.
Yes, exactly. But what was neat was she told me, she goes, you have no idea. Because I said, well, we need to go outside and look at how beautiful the exterior is, because the landscaping was just so unbelievable. Having the infinity pool, so you could just sit there, and it had so much living space outside that we wanted them to experience that, too. And she said, oh, I bet I have over 100 pictures of this house from that side, because we drive our boat in here all the time and just have snapped photos for years dreaming about this house.
I have to say one other note talking about the exterior. We put this property in the MLS and it was active on Friday, showings to begin Saturday morning. So of course we're over at the house Saturday morning, 10 a.m., first showing appointment. We're walking around showing the house, and the amount of boats that had come out to the cove, everybody had seen it on the system, and everybody was talking about the house that just came on the market. Boats were just circling around the outside. People were taking videos with their phones, and it was just funny to just stand out there on the deck showing the property to the buyers, and like all these people looking at us like, wow, that's the house.
Usually that only happens for boat crashes.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the summary of what I'm hearing in this entire video is if Kelly and Brian list your house and it's $1 million+ house, it's going to sell in a day.
No pressure
We
there.
try to say 48 hours, because there could be a little long.
We did do some creative marketing on this one. I think that we really, as a team, blew it out the doors.
Very cool.
We brought in a company that we used back in St. Louis, Missouri, Square One Media, that did an outstanding job. They drove down, they spent an entire day doing video drones, nighttime shots, a lot of things that we see frequently, but the company that did the work for us was outstanding. And we put it in the MLS, and Brian did it on all the social media websites. We blew it out and we captured so much attention.
Sadly, it probably wasn't even necessary.
You're right. But it was
you're
fun.
right.
It's crazy, but that's the luck of the draw. That is the perfect example of right time, right place, which is what it is when you sell a home. I mean, that's just the reality.
Go ahead.
But it also is one of those things where we as agents always try to explain to our clients, we only have that one chance.
Yeah.
That one shot.
Yeah.
So don't do it. Can I say half-ass on the thing?
I've already said shit several times.
All right. Don't do it half-ass. Why would you? When you have something that's precious, and maybe you don't have a $10.5 million home. Maybe your home is $500,000.
Yeah.
But to you, that's pretty dang precious because that's not cheap. Don't just short yourself on this stuff. Get with a great agent that's going to knock it out of the park on that house too, and we were grateful that the seller was willing to take our advice on how to do this. Hey, listen, we're going to spend a lot of money of your money and ours, but please let us do this, which takes a little bit of time. We can't rush into this, so it takes us weeks to get all these things planned, but it's so worth it.
Yeah. So, first of all, this is a video that has broken some misconceptions. You're in the middle of Missouri. It's podunk, redneck, middle of nowhere. We've already disproved that. Now, on the other side of the coin, for anybody who's thinking to themselves, well, damn, am I priced out of the Lake of the Ozarks now? What is your answer to that question?
We still have so many properties down here at the lake. And it's important people realize we sell properties year-round down here at the lake. There's a lot of people that are out here now in the fall, and they're looking at what's come up in the market. Families have used their properties all summer long. They're kind of done with it. The kids are off to college. They're back at their homes, and they're thinking, hey, we got our last summer of fun. Let's put the property on the market now. So fall is still a great time to put properties on the market, and buyers are looking. We picked up 3 buyers in the last 2 days just for down here at Lake of the Ozarks. So don't feel like you're priced out, because we have everything from entry-level 1-bedroom, 1-bath condos down here at Lake of the Ozarks.
For how much?
Under $200,000.
Okay. All the way up to $10.5 million.
Yeah. All the way up. Yeah. So there's a broad range, and there's so much shoreline down here at Lake of the Ozarks. You want quiet water, Camdenton area. You want the big water.
Yeah.
Other end of the lake. There's a lot of options, and we see so much corporate money coming down here to the lake. The older restaurants are getting facelifts, as we talked about this before. They're catering to a much longer season right now. And I think that longer season is really increasing home sales as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity coming to the lake. It's only going to continue to grow. If you're thinking to yourself, I'm going to wait to buy till prices come down, you might be waiting forever.
Well, and if you continue to wait down in Florida, where your homeowner's insurance, your hurricane insurance, your wind insurance are going through the roof.
That's true.
Some of those investments in Airbnbs are getting too outrageous down there.
Yeah.
They're coming to Lake of the Ozarks.
The beach is nice, but 4 Seasons is cool too.
There you go.
It sure is. And the wintertime at the lake is pretty damn nice.
I love it. It's quiet as hell down here.
And it's so pretty, so pretty.
Yeah, just wait about a month and a half from now. All these trees behind us will be just littered with colors.
Well,
and it'll be a gorgeous boat ride.
Yeah, we were out here yesterday working on some contracts, sitting outside working, and the bald eagles are definitely out flying. They've been in our cove the last 2 or 3 days. They're diving, they're getting fish, and it's incredible to watch. So it's that time of year that the bald eagles are definitely circling.
It's nice that somebody's getting the time to fish.
Right. Yeah. Well, I look forward to, this is already video number 2. I look forward to the next excuse we have to talk and make a video. This has been fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for inviting us.
Thanks, Jeff.